frozen shoulder is not cool. We're going to show you how you can use your ultrasound and some stretching to really help break up that adhesive capsule. So first of all, we're going to put on our 2 creams, Bone-Aid and Chirofix. We're applying those so that we can provide the building blocks that are required in the area while we heat up the capsule. So frozen shoulder is called adhesive capsulitis because the capsule itself has adhered to itself and we need to start to mobilize and move it up. So we're going to turn the ultrasound on and up twice to the high continuous setting. We very rarely use this setting, but to try and warm up this particular part of the joint, the capsule, we require it. Very short amount of time. We only need to do this for a couple of minutes, and we're just going up and along the joint line, which is where the capsule is surrounding the humerus bone. So we're just trying to basically warm up that area to be able to allow that capsule to be more flexible when we go into our movement exercises. Once we're done, wipe off the gel, and we're going to add a little bit of Heativate so we've got lots of blood flow while we do the exercises. Attach your anchor for the shoulder mobilizer, and then with the good shoulder we're going to be moving the sore shoulder in as many orientations as possible. M obviously doesn't have frozen shoulder, so the limitation in movement will be significantly more with frozen shoulder, but we're going to change our orientation heaps to be able to get all the different movements in that shoulder as we possibly can. Out to the side, behind our backs, in front of our bodies, in every which way that we can to be able to mobilize and increase blood flow and break up the adhesions in that capsule. Yet this can be a little bit uncomfortable, but just as much as you can. In fact, there are some spots often that are really restricted and really uncomfortable. Hold those positions and lean into it to try and get a really good stretch through the capsule. And once we're done doing this for a minute or two, we're going to go back to reducing inflammation by using the ultrasound on the pulse setting. Now remember, we already have our creams on the area, so we're good to go with the ultrasound, this time on the pulsed setting. We always finish with the pulsed setting because we want to make sure that we reduce inflammation and speed up the process of healing. So all the way through the joint capsule, all the way through the shoulder wherever it's uncomfortable, so that we make sure that we cover all the joints, all of the aspects of the soft tissues in the area that can affect frozen shoulder. This probably takes about 6 minutes for the shoulder being able to get to the front and the back of the shoulder. Remember, the capsule actually goes all the way through the front to the back. And once you're done, wipe off the gel and then reapply all 3 creams. You put your Bone-Aid and your Chirofix on, rub those in, then add Heativate because we want the blood to flow and to push those active ingredients into that area all day. That's really important. In fact, we recommend using the trio of creams 3 times a day so that you can continue to provide those building blocks for the body whenever and wherever it requires it. That is as simple as it gets. Continuous setting to begin with for a couple of minutes, using your mobilizer, your shoulder mobilizer in the door, and then back to using the pulsed setting for a period of about 6 minutes on the shoulder to get maximum relief from frozen shoulder. This condition takes a while to heal, so be persistent and do it every single day. The ultrasound, the shoulder mobilizer, and of course the trio of creams can be purchased from our website, drkezchirolab.com.